At Kyoto Kitchen, we want you to have an amazing experience. So whether that's tasting something for the first time or eating a meal that evokes powerful memories of Japan, we want you to experience that here. So my job as a restaurateur is to scour the world and bring you the best talent. So we've got our head chef Shintaro Ito from Tokyo, a more local lad Jason, who's our general manager. So I brought the talent, and then the other part of what I have to do is find you the best producers and suppliers of amazing ingredients, whether that's fresh, locally grown wasabi or delicious local English sparkling wine, so that you can have the best experience. So we're going to go out to visit the Candover Brook Vineyard out in Alresford, and we're going to go and visit the Winchester Wasabi Farm. I can't tell you the location, it's a secret, so you'll have to take our word for it. We're going to go and visit the farms. We want you to appreciate the hard work and the skill that goes into producing these excellent ingredients and produce. And then we're going to bring it back to the restaurant, and we're going to, well, chef is going to make the world famous Winchester roll for you using the fresh, locally grown wasabi that we're going to pick at the farm. So are we ready to rock, gentlemen?
Let's go.
Right. Let's go.
Hi, Sam.
Hello.
How are you?
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you.
Hey, Sam.
Hi, nice to
Good
meet
to see
you.
you. We're here in Candover Brook Vineyard in just outside Alresford. It's about 10 minutes drive from our restaurant in Winchester. We've come to pick up some wine and meet Sam, the winemaker, to tell us a little bit more about this beautiful setting and this beautiful wine that we're very proud to serve in Kyoto Kitchen. Can you tell us a little bit more about the vineyard and when it started?
Yeah, absolutely. The vineyard has been planted in 2012 with the three varieties of Chardonnay, Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier, which are the classic champagne varieties. It's 5,000 vine per hectare density, so we have about 26,000 vines in total.
I was just amazed because we're mid-April and the vines don't look very big. So what's happened here? What's the stage of the season are we at, Sam?
So usually early April they just start to the buds just start to break. So now the buds are completely out, and so we are at that spring frost time of the year for us. So we are very vigilant with the frost, make sure they stay healthy and warm.
And so from now until the summer, the vines will be growing, the fruit will come, and when do you harvest?
Harvest is generally in October, but it has happened that we have harvested in one occasion last year. It was very early, and so we have harvested in September. But yeah, usually it's October.
And that's all done by hand?
All done by hand, yeah.
How do you tell which is the right shoot to encourage growing?
I can train you on that if you want.
Let's start now.
It's I mean basically the pruning system we use is called double guyot. So we have two little branches and two longer ones. So the small ones are called the spurs, and we leave only 2 buds on those. And the longer one are called the canes, and we leave about 8 buds on each cane. And everything else basically can be removed. We only keep the shoots that are on these 4 branches. Yeah. Unless one of the spur or things are not well placed or hasn't properly grown, then we'll leave another one well placed to reproduce a new spur.
Yeah. And then the actual winery is very close to the vineyard?
So the winery is, the grapes are processed at the winery at the Grange in Alresford. Yeah. So it's, I don't know in miles, but it's...
it's just down the road.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Isn't it? It's not far at all.
Yeah. Once the grapes arrive at the wineries, are pressed, then the juice sits overnight, and then we can start the fermentation. Well, we rack it to take the solids off the juice. And then we can put the yeast to start the fermentation. The fermentation lasts about a week to 2 weeks,
Okay.
depending on the temperature of the fermentation.
Yeah.
And then when the wines are stable, we do some blending. So we taste to try to have as much consistency as possible in the wine.
That sounds like a very complex process, a very delicate process, and because you've got so many factors affecting the grape and the taste of the grapes, with the sun and the rain and all those conditions, but then you've got to balance with the harvest and then the composition of the different percentages.
Yeah, exactly.
So that sounds like a complex process and very artisanal. I would
Yeah, well,
imagine.
it is good because it's not on numbers. Obviously, numbers help. Like acidity and sugar levels are very important for us. So once the blend is finished, we bottle and then we add some more sugar and yeast.
Okay.
And then we put a capsule on the bottle.
It's natural carbonation then. It's
Yes,
not added.
that's it. That's the
Okay,
champagne method.
okay.
Yeah,
Right,
traditional
so second
method.
fermentation in the bottle.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, and it is important because it allows us to have some the yeast in the bottle during the aging, and it's these yeasts that are going to be broken down mainly with the acidity actually, and they are going to bring that buttery or brioche flavor that you have. So the longer you age the wine, the more balanced and luxurious it feels. But yeah, and the more of these.
So how long do you age this wine for?
So this one, if I'm not mistaken, has been aged for at least 5 years.
Wow.
Actually, yeah.
So it's not just, growing in April, and
So
so it's really a 6-year process you're looking at then, from start of the season through to the bottling and the aging, and then to be able to serve it to the customer.
It's funny because when I say I work in a vineyard, or when we talk about the vineyard, people always think about harvest and imagine that we're always picking grapes, but actually it's only 3 days of the year.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
that's
but-
really intense.
But we work all year round
Yeah.
to reach to these 3 days. But yeah, there is a lot going on before that.
For us at Kyoto Kitchen, we are obsessed with quality, and this is why we really, this wine stood out to us. We're very grateful to our friends Susie and Peter Richards from the BBC for introducing it. Obviously, it helps that you've won lots of really nice gold awards recently, so well done, Sam. But
Thank
for
you.
us, our focus has always been quality, and making sure that the wine that we pick on our list is complementary to and enhances the flavour of amazing chefs' culinary creations. So, could we try a little bit? Is that possible, Sam?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm lost. This is beautiful. It's so, I'm really am getting that warm brioche, that vanilla. Yeah, stunning. And look at that, very fine bubbles that are rising up through the middle. What do you think, chef? How's the taste?
I'll try.
Please.
I think it's wine. All of the Japanese food is good combination. For example, sashimi, and then all of sushi and tempura, for example. And especially our signature dish, Winchester roll, is a very good combination with this.
Good.
And they're very fine bubbles. They're not big bubbles. So I think sometimes the bubbles can overpower the taste of the wine, right?
Yes.
This one is the finesse.
Yeah, and actually the aging helps. The aging helps with having fine bubbles. Yeah. Yeah, very refreshing, elegant.
you make a very good sparkling wine, Sam.
Thank you.
So we've had the great pleasure of hearing a little bit more about the wine and had a little taste of it. But of course, it's about the pairing. So we're very delighted the chef's got some wonderful sushi here. and we're going to see how it works together with the kind of brook brute. Okay, so tell us what you have here, chef.
Okay, today I made a tuna nigiri with Edomai technique. Usually fresh tuna with white wine is a very difficult pairing, but I use Edomai technique. Outside, lightly boil and soak in soy sauce liquid, half days. After that, slice and make nigiri. No fishy, a good pairing with wine.
Sam, would you do the honours?
Yeah, of
So
course.
I don't know, many people don't know. So actually, sushi was invented as finger food, as
Right, yeah.
a street food. You know,
Okay.
in Japan, you'd go up to them, 400 or 500 years ago. In Osaka or Kyoto, you'd go up to the man. He'd have a cart. He'd make the sushi and plonk it on the top, and you pick it up with your hands.
Okay, thank
and,
you.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
What are you picking up there? Do you see the softness of the fish, the rice?
It's very delicate. It melts in your mouth.
Melted, yeah.
I like the flavor of what is it? You've added some
A little bit of sesame and chives.
of the chives. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it. It's really fascinating. It's good. There is a little bit of acidity in this nigiri, but this really brings some freshness to it. It's like
Yeah.
the fish comes back to the sea.
Oh, what a lot! That's perfect description.
Yeah, but I mean, it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does really freshen up your palate and but doesn't overpower the delicate flavor of the fish. And I think that's what's important about that pairing.
Well, Sam, thank you so much. It's been an absolute joy coming here and seeing behind the scenes, seeing and learning about the passion and the hard work and dedication that goes into producing this stunning wine. So thank you very much for having us.
It was a
up.
pleasure. It was a pleasure. Yeah. Well, thank you. It's very nice to show you around and see you're really interested in the core of the product, how we make it. Yeah, and you produce amazing food as well. So I think it's made to go together. Here you go. Take that with you.
Oh.
Maybe for the chef. Thank you very much for visiting. It was a real pleasure. And yeah, see you soon.
See you at harvest time.
See you. Yeah, you come back.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Good to see you.
So, you know that quality, authenticity and freshness are key words in the Kyoto Kitchen vocabulary. And what's more fresh and more authentic than wasabi? We've been using fresh wasabi grown in Winchester by my friend John for about 12 years now. And I was delighted when John turned up at the restaurant with a box of wasabi all laid out neatly. And we were just blown away by the vision that this gentleman had, you know, of growing this incredibly difficult vegetable here in the UK. So we thought we'd bring you to the wasabi farm, show you behind the scenes, get to meet the farmer. We've got Lee here from the Wasabi Company, just to help you understand what's involved in growing and farming wasabi in the UK. So Lee, tell us a little bit about the farm and when it started and how you got involved into the business.
So this area here in Hampshire where we grow the wasabi used to traditionally be watercress beds. However, we had a chef who came over from Japan and remarked about how similar growing watercress was to growing wasabi. So that gave us the idea to try and experiment to see if we could grow wasabi ourselves. I started off as a salad farmer, and luckily I got the opportunity to come and work on wasabi. I'd come and done a few bits here and there when times were tough and they needed some extra help. But when the opportunity came up for a full-time position, I jumped because there's not many chances that you get to come and grow wasabi here. So we've been growing it here since about 2010, experimenting with different ideas, different ways that we could try to mimic the way that they grow it in Japan. And so far it's been a great success.
So what has been those critical factors for that success then?
So the key part of growing wasabi is the spring water, and we have that here all across, which is also used for watercress. They're provided by spring water at the end of all of the beds, 40 meters down, which provides fresh and clean water throughout all the wasabi, and it provides most of the nutrients that they need to grow.
and it's constantly running water. We've got these plants growing in these big gravel beds that are slightly raised. And you said about you've been experimenting. So what type of plants are you using then?
So these plants will come over. We get them from tissue culture. You'll be able to fit about 20 or 30 of them in the palm of your hand. We will then put them in some compost where they'll get raised for about 6 weeks just to get large enough, where they'll then be planted into these gravel beds along with the flowing water that runs all the way through the year for them to get their legs in. And once the roots are in, it then takes about 18 months before they're fully ready to harvest.
So these plants are how old? They're about 18 months, you're saying?
These plants are about 12 months old, so they've still got some growing to do, but right now they're at the critical stage where the rhizome will be starting to develop.
Okay, and just help us understand. So the rhizome is the part of the plant that grows below the ground, and it's that part that we grate to make the wasabi.
That's correct. So most of the rhizome is either in the gravel or just above the gravel, and then above that comes the stems and the leaves. But all of the plant is completely edible, right down from the bottom all the way up to the top.
It is indeed, and we are delighted to be the first restaurant in the world to use wasabi leaf to wrap our sushi. So chef will marinate in brine and to help lock in the flavors, and then he lets it age with a little bit of fresh wasabi grated on top to really lift those. But he also uses the flowers, and I've seen there's a few flowers dotted around. Chef does some amazing things with the flowers too. He does some tempura and he does some pickles. So we try and use as much of the plant as well as we can in the restaurant. But you've had some difficulties, because as you said, the water is really fundamental to the success of the plants, but you've got some restrictions on the water and what you can use to help the plants, isn't that right?
That's correct. So all of our spring water will eventually feed into the river, and that means that there are a lot of restrictions on how we can grow the plants. In traditional farmings, you might be able to use things like insecticides and pesticides to help aid the growth of the plant, but unfortunately, because all of our water flows into the river and to the natural habitat of other species, we're very restricted on what we can do to help to grow the plants. So the water is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and it's because it's clean and fresh that allows the plant to reach its full potential.
And tell us about this setup. So what's all this all about? What purpose does this screening provide?
That's right. So traditionally, wasabi likes to be shaded. So we've constructed these small temporary buildings that we have to house all of the wasabi. They'll have shade netting to try and mimic the same sort of conditions that they would have in Japan, where it doesn't like too much sunlight. So during the winter times, we'll have just a single layer of shade netting and maybe even some frost protection to help us through the cold English winters that we can have. But also throughout the summer, we'll add an additional shade net to block even more sunlight just to help the plants grow, because they're very sensitive to the light.
And everything is done by hand, isn't that right, Lee?
That's right, yeah. I mean, it's tough work. So you've got to get through the winter and the summer. So there are hot days, there are cold days, there are windy days. We get everything in between. And everything's all got to be done by hand. We've got no machinery here on the farm. There's no electricity, so it is just down to hard work and perseverance just to keep them alive.
And we're in, it's mid-April at the moment, and this is the best time to plant?
This is a good time for us to plant. So we've just come out of the winter season. The sun started to come up, and a lot of the plants will then react to the early part of the light. That's when the flowers will start to grow. It is the best conditions for us growing. We traditionally tend to have 2 planting seasons, so at the end of spring, right about now, and then at the end of autumn, when we're outside of those danger areas when it's too hot or it's too cold in the winter.
So is there like a perfect temperature range where wasabi would grow?
Yeah, so around about the 16 to 18 degrees, they're at their happiest. They're definitely doing some growing in those conditions. When it gets too hot, the plants will start to wilt and they'll look a little bit unhappy. We'll then use sprinklers inside the beds, a recirculated spring water, just to freshen them up. And then throughout the winter times when they do get too cold, like I said again, we've got the frost covering just to try and keep the climate a little bit more controlled in here. So it's not exactly laboratory conditions, but it is the best that we can do whilst incorporating nature and trying to keep it authentic.
Yeah. How different is, I think you said you've been to wasabi farms in Japan, Chef. Is very different in the kind of style and processes here, or is it similar with the running water? And
I have never been to inside of a wasabi farm, just outside looking.
yeah. So what do you think of this one? How does are you surprised and impressed that?
Yeah, of course impressed.
In England, we're able to produce wasabi successfully. And
Yeah, I was surprised when I come in UK. Is the authentic wasabi available? Yeah, I'm happy with that. Authentic Japanese food, authentic wasabi, good fusion.
yeah, we like a happy chef. Means delicious food. So yeah, so let's go and have a look at the cropping aspect.
Let's go. So when the plants are ready to harvest, what we do is take a firm grip on the bottom of them. You can see the rhizome just there. A nice grip, and then gently pull and shake, nice and easy. And then you'll see within the plant, there's the rhizome there. That's the bit that we want. But luckily, all of the plant is edible. So from the rhizome, we can use these stems, and we can also use the leaves as well. So what do you think? Do you think you can do it?
Can I?
Yeah,
try?
of course. So let's try
Which one is the?
Let's try a nice one. Let's find a good one. Maybe one of these ones here. That one there looks like a good one. So when you're ready, hold from the bottom and then gently shake.
I try.
You got it.
This. I just put.
Fantastic. And a good shake. Did you pick a winner?
Yeah. Winner. Oh, I loser.
Excellent.
I'm loser.
Very close.
Oh yeah.
Very close. Fantastic. So next what we'll do is we'll take off some of these leaves and then clean up the rhizome, fresh ready to eat, and we'll get some grating done. What do you think? Good idea?
Good idea. Of
Fantastic, let's go. So then what we do is you can take these stems off, you can eat them, but for getting ready for the chefs, what we'll do is take all these leaves off, and then using the spring water that we've got on the farm, we can use to just clean up the roots and then slowly start to peel away to find the hidden gem on the inside. I'll take this one off for now. And it does take some time to get these ready as well, so they'll be fresh pulled out of the ground. And you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes we pull them out and they're triplets, sometimes they're just singles, but hopefully if we've looked after them and they've had a great year, then we're always quite happy with them. These will usually be transported down to our main office down in Dorset, where they'll get the extra care and attention. So there might be some plants where we will just take some of the leaves and the stems off. They'll then be prepared separately and kept in water and kept in live. We'll take them back to the office, and then the best leaves will be selected to then go towards the chefs. There we go.
I always say, Lee, the proof is in the pudding. So we haven't got pudding. Ito-san has made some absolutely beautiful soy cured tuna. So bring it in, chef. Let's have a look. Obviously, the best accompaniment to fresh sushi is fresh wasabi. So Lee, what chef's done, we've got soy cured tuna. So this tuna is bluefin tuna, just been gently poached for a very short time, taken out and then aged in soy, so that the fish flavour has been reduced, the umami depth and the creaminess of the fish has been brought to the fore. So please, the finishing touch is required.
So with wasabi, we use these special graters that are one-sided, and that helps to just break down the skin. And all it takes is just a firm press and small circular motions continuing on. Now this early stage of the wasabi being grated will taste very mild, but it takes about 30 seconds to a minute for those flavor profiles to really start to settle in, and then you'll get a real rush of flavor, and then it'll be ready to eat. Though there is a time limit on it, after several minutes, the heat will start to go down on the plate, which is why it's so important to have wasabi grated fresh at the table.
Right, chef, serve up. Yeah, don't be shy.
Yeah, go for it.
Right,
Again.
thank you.
Thank you very much, Chef. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Lee. Thank
So
you, Kim.
it's got that distinct aroma. It's there, but there's a freshness to it that you don't get from the ready-made pastes. Here we go.
Wow.
Ooh, there it is. So obviously there's a lovely natural sweetness to the wasabi. The freshness really stands out. But what I got was a wave. So it built up. I got the blast, but then it's gone. Like you were saying, it
It's
doesn't
great.
linger.
It's a roller coaster that goes straight high up, but by the time you've reached the top and you think it's getting too spicy, it's already starting to come down, and it cleanses the palate, which makes it easy to have more. Who's ready for a big scoop challenge of wasabi? Should we do a big bit of wasabi each?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for it, guys. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a bit of
Who's
a
going to be
wasabi
the
taste off.
bravest?
After you,
All right. Well, I'm gonna go hands in. I've got a nice big lump there.
Cool. Let's go.
Incredible. My eyes are watering. I got that blast, but it's gone.
There it
More,
is.
please, chef.
Wow. Wow.
Clears the silence. That's good. That was really good.
Beautiful.
I'm pleased. I was beginning to wonder if you weren't human then, taking that much with no reaction, but it does take a second to
Yeah.
hit. So what
As
do you
you-
think, guys? Does it live up to the hype?
More than lives up to it, mate. Absolutely beautiful.
We're
Very happy to
so
have it.
so grateful for the hard work that you and John and the rest of the team put into growing this amazing, incredible ingredient that we can now also share with our clients, and it's a joy for me to share that with people. And when they come and try wasabi for the first time, you know, it's a really memorable moment for them, and I'm really proud to be able to share that. So thank you, Lee. Whew, right. It's a busy day on the farm, chef. Look what we've got for you. Beautiful fresh wasabi leaf, and
Wow,
from field to table.
looks so good, exciting.
To go alongside your creation, lovely bottle of the hand-over Baroque.
Nice one. Let's make Winchester roll.
Oh yes, that sounds like
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
This is a Winchester roll. And inside avocado, onion, and smoked trout. The wasabi leaf on top, I got today. And I use a mayonnaise on top. And this is a good pairing with Candova English sparkling wine. Thank you very much.